what actually happened was I listen to YouTube regularly, right? All day. I have YouTube videos playing if they're not music, but podcasts, news, and other things, right? And so we would be listening to podcasts or any other thing that we're listening to, and this commercial will blast in. Like, I sent a link, right? If you heard it, I'm not sure yet, but it will blast in like, ah! And you're like, oh my gosh, like it's so stunning that you drop what you're doing because it just interrupts and it's loud and obnoxious, right? And it's constant. It would be, let's say, a 15-minute video would have the exact commercial happening like 5 times. And it got to the point where you could go to YouTube and you could click, don't show this ad. So I'm constantly clicking, don't show this ad. It's like it showed more. It's like it kept, I was, all right, I can't even do this anymore. I'm about to break devices because it was too much. So then I came to PissedConsumer and I wrote, like, this is what's happening. It's like an Instacart commercial, but it's not Instacart, right? It's this place called Maple Bear Inc., who's one of their advertisers, and they just keep blasting. It doesn't matter if you say, hey, don't show this ad again. They keep doing it. And like, I felt like the more times that I said don't show it, they'll play it more. That's like, oh my gosh, this commercial on again? You want to fight with me or something? Like, why are you playing? Can you just not play? And I do get Instacart commercials, which is fine. They're like varied and they're different and they're not like obnoxiously loud and disturbing, right? And then so after I wrote on PissedConsumer, like within a day, I had a response and it said, you're a loser, you won't be missed, or something of the sort. And I was like, who trolls? And then I got an email from PissedConsumer that said, Instacart did not read your email. Well, someone must have, because I haven't heard that commercial one time since I posted. Not one time. Right? I do get Instacart commercials, and they're random and varied, different backgrounds, different music, different scenes. But the one that had me like ready to dukes up is like gone completely. I haven't heard it one time. Right? So someone from Maple Bear Inc. or, Instacart must have read my message, because there's no possible way, right, that it's gone. What can I really say? Instacart, right? I like the company, but here goes my problem with Instacart. Besides their annoying commercials that makes me want to like find a person to fight with, like that's how mad it got me. Like, I also use DoorDash, right? So I put my stuff in the Instacart order and I put my stuff in the DoorDash order, and it's always heavily DoorDash. And do you know what DoorDash doesn't do? Advertise with annoying commercials. I've never seen a DoorDash commercial. So how about Instacart turns all that off, and then, like, for example, I put a can of paint from Lowe's in the cart. It was $24 at DoorDash and $28.99 at Instacart. So perhaps Instacart could stop making people hate them with their spam commercials, cut all that out, and drop the fees. Because 75% of our personal and business goes to DoorDash. It's so much cheaper. Like, 10 to 15% on every order, right? So Maybe Instacart should maybe stop terrorizing people with my gosh, you heard it. Imagine that 4 times in 15 minutes. If Instacart stops terrorizing people with their ads, they could drop the fees. And the only reason I even use Instacart is because they have more stores on their site, right? Like, so DoorDash has 10, Instacart has 30, right? So there's where your benefit is. So I pay an Instacart membership fee to get terrorized by commercials for a thing that I already have. It's weird. Because here's why. Because I'm okay with advertising. I'm a consumer. I buy things. If, say, for example, you're a person that has a business and you're selling something that I may be interested in and may want, I'm totally fine with seeing an ad for that. That's fine. I'm cool with it. But there's a difference between showing me your ad and your product that I may be interested in and harassing. Like harassing, you know what I mean? Slamming laptops, throwing phones. Like, stop. That's not advertising. Like, because I pay for the lines that bring this information to me. So these people are using the lines that I pay for to terrorize me with their ads. Right. And my whole business, because we have a farm here with multiple employees and they're all like, oh my God, right? Everybody's like, are you serious again? How is that advertising? Like, who's making these decisions that that's a good way to advertise your company to piss people off, piss consumer? They sure did. So, I just, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, you know what? I've heard 0 DoorDash ads. None, never in my life. And I use them 75% more because their prices are lower by 10% minimum on every order, right? I'll put everything in this cart and the Instacart and the DoorDash cart, and whoever's cheaper, that's who gets the order. It's normally DoorDash. So perhaps Instacart should stop terrorizing and harassing people with their ads that make them so angry they have to write piss consumer and then cut the cost. Cut the fees. Why are you paying these people to advertise for you when they're they're in my kitchen, they're in my living room, they're in the pasture, they're in the barn, screaming about Instacart all the time. We already have Instacart. Calm down. It's just too much. It's too much.